Every master was once a disaster. So that's the topic of the video today. So, every master was once a disaster. It's so true. I mean, sometimes we don't acknowledge all the steps we need to take in order to get somewhere. And I'm really guilty of this too, I'm also with the healing business that I'm working on right now. I always want to be over there, but we kind of forget all the steps we need to take, and that you like face yourself and like, okay, I'm not really good at this yet, so allowing yourself to be a disaster in the beginning is so important. I think we also live a little bit in a society where the standards are very high, and so it's very vulnerable, and it is vulnerable in general to be a disaster at something, to be not good enough yet, or not to don't have the skills yet to do something. But you never get somewhere if you don't go through that phase. So it's so important to make mistakes, to own them, be okay with them, and also allow yourself to feel the disappointment when something goes wrong. Because and I tend to do this as well. I tend to like not really acknowledge my disappointment, the feelings of disappointment that something went wrong. And I to fix that feeling that I'm not really addressing, I'm just repeating stuff over and over again, and I'm just focusing on work and focusing on new stuff, and yes, that is a good solution sometimes, but what happens often is that we haven't really dealt with the real feelings of disappointment, and it keeps on coming back a little bit in the rest of the remaining period that you're, for example, in my case, working on the healing business. So if I don't allow myself to be disappointed, I'm not saying, stay in that for like a week, go and cry for like small disappointment, but really acknowledge, okay, that I feel very disappointed around that period, of time, or around that opportunity, or I missed that, I didn't, acknowledging what you didn't do right or what went wrong in your opinion. It is so vital and crucial to move fresh and move in a clear way onto the next steps, So yeah, that was it for today. So don't let your light be dimmed if you made a mistake, if you felt disappointed about a certain project that didn't work out. It's just a redirection. And often what we do is that we come back in our shell, and we don't really want to acknowledge because we're ashamed that it didn't work. So when I say this, can I just release all of the shame around disappointment, because I feel like some of you are struggling with that as well. So these are just theta healing downloads. I'm just healing through the theta healing method. And if you work with me, you know these things. Yeah, and can I also release the baggage on the back of your shoulders and on your back that was actually created because of the high pressure you put onto yourself of not making a mistake, but mistakes are vital for growth. So, but it's also like how society puts that pressure onto us as well. So can we just unplug you from society and create your own boundaries, create your own standards, create your own beliefs and virtues and values around your own personal growth, so that it can be different than society's, and really unplug you from society so you can create your own beliefs, your own values. All right. So can we just do it healing on your heart as well? Remove the pain, the sorrow, the guilt, the shame around the disappointment in your heart. And also heartbreaks around things that didn't work out. Can we release that as well? We also do a little healing on your throat chakra. So you'll be able to communicate better what your wants and needs are. And that flows, from your belly, from your gut, all the way to your heart and out of your throat, so you can communicate it. And can we teach you that that is possible for you, that you can have that flow from your gut, through your heart, out of your mouth, that that's possible for you to have that flow, that you know what it feels like, and that you can have that in your daily life. Okay, so I'm just going to clear your ear chakras. A lot of things that we hear from the outside world, the judgments, the well-intended advice, the stuff that that's not really for your highest good. So can we just release that, please? Would you like that? So your ears are clear. You're not really holding on to all the judgment of others that was said before, that you heard before, and also the judgments that people put onto each other, which you saw and heard. So even though it wasn't about you, it could still affect you because you saw that you didn't want those kind of judgments. Yeah, so can we just release that and release the fear of the judgment? And what happens next? Can we just release that? Bring a lot of safety into that, a lot of love. And can we teach you that it's safe for you to make mistakes? That every master was once a disaster. And can we also teach your heart that it's okay to make mistakes, and also your soul, in all your past lives, future lives, in all dimensions, times, and realities. Yeah, we're clear. Okay, I wish you a lovely, lovely day.